Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Some days back, Peter Obi was detained unceremoniously at Heathrow Airport in London, United Kingdom. And one of the things they discovered, according to them, was the fact that Peter Obi is being impersonated. Of course, the news went very viral. Many Nigerians reacted to it, of which one of them is PDP, who insisted that they suspect that federal government hands is not totally clean because they have the capacity to produce this international passport, and hence that Peter Obi should sue the federal government. The impersonator will definitely come out. Of course, a lot of things, a lot of reactions has followed that particular video. To make matters interesting, even one of the prominent newspaper media houses have also decided to also write personally to United Kingdom to find out, asking pertinent questions. Why was Peter Obi detained, and many other questions they asked. But for further details on that, just check our playlist. You get to see all that. But right now, the southeastern youths are also southeast have also decided to make demands because it's quite a while. One would have expected that the British government should say something or do something or react to this. The moment you're going to find out what the Southeastern youth are demanding, which, if you ask me, is not totally out of line. But before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Well, according to the news, your Igbo youth under the aegis of the coalition of Southeast youth leaders, that's Coseyl, that's Coseyl, has alleged that the British immigration delay of the Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi is a desperate move by the ruling party, the All Progressive Congress APC, and perceived drug lords to have him in handcuffs. Pictures on the front pages of foreign and local newspapers. A statement by President General of the Youth, Goodluck Ebem, wondered why findings which confirmed to the fact that somebody who is an agent of the APC presently at large allegedly impersonated Obi in order to rubbish his integrity and as a man of questionable character. The statement reads in part, and I quote, "We want the APC and their agent to be careful and stop insulting the sensibility of the Nigerians. Since the presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP, Mr. Peter Obi, and his party submitted their petition against the conduct and announcement of the winner of the 2023 general elections by INEC, we have watched carefully the conspiracy from the All Progressive Congress APC, a political party filled with people of questionable characters and a team of desperate people against Peter Obi. Initially, we thought it was just a mere political gymnastics noticeable in Nigerian politics, but the revelation by a renowned professor, Stella Okuna, of the recent impersonation of Obi at the Heathrow Airport in the United Kingdom has revealed to us that some desperate politicians do not wish Nigeria well and want to set the country on fire. Coseyl, that's Coseyl, is hereby using this medium to warn all those who are not willing to allow the judiciary or the presidential election tribunal to do their job but choose to use all manner of antics, including frame-up, impersonation, and all manner of dirty stratagem as alternatives, to be very careful, because the three they think they can cut easily is owned by people and we are not ready to let go. It is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf in Nigeria that if Mr. Peter Obi had any criminal record in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, he would have been in a big mess because he had been the only name in the mouth of those who have been holding Nigeria down since last year when he picked up a presidential nomination form. We all watched the campaigns. The only negative statement against him was that he had no structure and that he goes to church to campaign, which were all wrong anyway. Nobody said anything criminal against him because such doesn't exist, and he has never been convicted nor linked to anything narcotic or fraud related issues. After the election, the people who feel they won were the first to ask any angry person to go to court and avoid violence. As usual, Peter Obi, not being an ordinary as any other person they expected, went to court with angels, or rather with angles they never expected, and since then it has been media persecution and all manner of evil responses against him, aimed at demonizing him for choosing the right path of settling disputes. Coseyl, that's Coseyl, is using this medium to make it clear to those who are heating up Nigeria and have now extended their madness to the diaspora to realize that they have started what they cannot finish, because their actions in the United Kingdom will continue to haunt them and we will not let it lie low. If they love this country, they should be thinking of how to allow the judiciary to either authenticate their mandate, which Obi argues wasn't deserved, or thrown it away. However, if they think they can go dirty, we all will roll in the mud and get dirty, because enough is enough. They have done their worst by duplicating Obi's identity, a move that places his life in danger because it is obvious someone is impersonating him. All these evildoers want to implicate Obi in all manner of dubious and criminal activities and rope him into offenses he knew nothing about. They just wanted to frame him up for any criminal act the impersonator does. Why are they doing this? They just want to use such embarrassing stories to demonize Obi, using various newspaper pages, radio stations, and television stations available to them before the court in Nigeria will even decide anything. People whose criminal records are all over the internet are desperately looking for a channel to create some criminal records for Obi, so that when the numerous criminal records are opened, they equally point at those ones they created and hang him on it, but they have failed. It is really funny that some people will go this far just to prove that someone else can be as corrupt and unclean as they are as well. Well, they must realize that every Nigerian is not a criminal, and Obi is one of such who is not a criminal, because if he is, we all know he will never be allowed to even contest in the first place. Coseyl is equally using the medium to charge the British government to prove to the whole world that it still has one of the best police in the world by arresting the impersonator and revealing their paymasters, because Nigerians are interested in their shame. Obi went to court after the election because he felt the election was not properly conducted, a feeling that many Nigerians share with him. So what's wrong with going to court? Were the people framing Obi expecting him to ask his supporters to take a violent way to express themselves? That way is better in a democratic setting, to express your anger, if not by going through. What other way is better in a democratic setting other than to express it through the judiciary? Why are they afraid of the same court they asked Obi to go to the extent that they are currently using some people, including prominent people whose conscience are dead, to demonize Obi and Obidients? Since the United Kingdom impersonation has failed, they can as well try another thing in the United States or Canada and any other Western countries, but our message to them is that they have started what they cannot finish. They can only operate where their knowledge ends, since they are looking for Peter Obi's picture in handcuffs to put on the front pages of their newspaper. They must realize that nobody has the monopoly to dirty games. They can recruit all the criminal gangs in Europe, they can as well pay all the mafia groups in America and Asia, but they must realize that no country is ready to stain their name just to join them to wrongly embarrass a man who is only fighting for something he believes was done wrong. For all prominent Nigerians keeping quiet about what's happening to Obi and how some criminals are spending their fortunes just to demonize him, I urge them to remember the post-war confessional statement, or prose, by the German Lutheran pastor Martin Neomale. He said, and I quote, "First, they came for the socialites, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialite. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one there for me no one left to speak for me. He said that using this statement to correct the silence of German intellectuals and certain clergy, including himself, for sitting on the fence during the Nazis' incremental purging and torturing of their chosen target, while those who felt unconcerned watched in silence, Ibem stated. However, warning external bodies and individuals who had remained mute on Obi's ongoing trial time, Ibem said, "We therefore say that all those who are seeing what's going on in Nigeria today, including framing one of our best and impersonating him in a foreign land to rope him into a crime, but chose to keep quiet, to realize that if the people doing this succeed P2B, they will still do the worst to them and they will have no one and nowhere to hide when that time comes. The time is the time to collectively stand against the enemies of our nation who are hell-bent on taking power through the back door in order to share our collective commonwealth within themselves is now," he said. That's quite a long read. That's why we're going to wrap it up, honestly. Let's put in our conversation what's your take on what they have charged all Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, to do now, including the British government.